Today I'm joined with Doug Kass from Seabreeze Partners, and we're going to talk about the Fed's tapering and quantitative easing program. Doug, if the Fed starts to taper in September, as you expect them to do, you think this is a major policy mishap. Why is that?
Yeah, I think that, Lindsay, the domestic economy is in an extremely fragile state. If you consider the fact that we've been doing quantitative easing, which is increasingly losing its effectiveness for 4.5 years, yet real growth in the domestic economy is still sub 2%. It is not time to run the risk of rates going higher, and the Fed should continue tapering. You saw this morning, for example, we saw last week the weakness in new home sales, which were big miss to expectations. This morning you saw a weakness in durable goods, both headline and core durable goods. So the economy simply cannot withstand a further increase in rates. You've seen what's happening in cancellations and traffic and new orders in the home builders. They're weakening, and we've only seen 115, 125 basis point increase in conventional mortgage rates. So this is not time to eliminate the tapering.
Well, so isn't the market, though, pricing in that they are going to taper? What happens if they don't?
Well, what happens if they don't is I think that the economic data for the next 3 or 6 months is going to be very weak. And it's going to exacerbate the weakness because rates will shift higher.
Okay, so when is the appropriate time to begin tapering? When would you see it in the economic data?
Unfortunately, the shoulders of growing our economy have been on the monetary authorities and our leaders in Washington, as I told you back at Omaha when we were at the Berkshire annual meeting, have been inert and have not conducted themselves fiscally responsibly. So I am afraid we're in tapering ad nauseum for the next year or two. We have not yet achieved escape velocity, which is generally defined as 3% real growth in the economy. We're still 1.7, 1.8% in the first 2 quarters of the year, after the fourth quarter of last year was less than 0.5% in real terms. So this would be a big policy mistake.
Right, and so you should buy bonds here then, is what you're saying.
With growth slowing, with all evidence that the housing market at best will stall, I think you buy bonds for the first time, and I know that's an out of consensus view.
All right, well, there you have it. Doug Kass, he's saying that tapering is a policy mistake.